the story of Jesus. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the incredible story of Jesus. Jesus is one of the most influential figures in history, and understanding his life and teachings can really change how we view not just faith, but kindness, love, and compassion in our everyday lives. So let's chat about who Jesus was, what he did, and why it still matters today. To kick things off, let's set the scene. Imagine it's the first century in Judea, a place buzzing under Roman occupation. These are tumultuous times. People were eagerly looking for a Messiah who would come and save them from their struggles. It's a period filled with hope, expectation, and a deep connection to Jewish traditions. The Jewish people had a strong belief in their faith, rituals, and prophecies, which made the air thick with anticipation for something or someone special to come along. Now, let's talk about the beginning of Jesus' journey. According to tradition, he was born to Mary in Bethlehem under very miraculous circumstances. She was a virgin. This led to a lot of speculation about his identity right from the get-go. Angels announced his birth, and people from afar, like the Magi, traveled to pay their respects, bringing gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Jesus grew up in Nazareth, raised by Mary and Joseph, and not much is told about his childhood. However, there's that famous story when he was just 12 years old and he amazed everyone at the temple with his wisdom. Pretty impressive for such a young kid, right? It's clear that even then, he was special. Fast forward to when Jesus starts his ministry. It all kicks off with his baptism by John the Baptist, which was such a pivotal moment. After that, he spends 40 days in the desert, where he faces temptation but emerges stronger than ever. Then he begins calling his first disciples, like Simon Peter, Andrew, and the brothers James and John. What's truly fascinating are the core themes in Jesus' teachings. He preached love, mercy, and above all, compassion. Whether he was talking to crowds or having intimate conversations, he emphasized that everyone should love one another and even love their enemies. That was radical back then, and it's still impactful today. As he traveled around, the miraculous moments began to unfold. Jesus healed the sick. He made the blind see and the lame walk. One of his most famous miracles was feeding 5,000 people with just 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. Can you imagine that kind of generosity? And let's not forget his parables, those little stories packed with big lessons. There's the Good Samaritan, teaching us that compassion knows no boundaries, and the prodigal son, which reminds us about the power of forgiveness. Jesus' twist on societal norms was nothing short of transformative. He pushed for justice and challenged the status quo. But with great influence came great tension. Religious leaders, unsure of Jesus' revolutionary ideas, began to feel threatened. Pharisees and Sadducees were not happy with his growing popularity and the way he interpreted the law. Imagine being called out for being too loving or kind. That's what was happening. Things took a turn when Judas Iscariot, one of his disciples, betrayed him. It's a true example of how even those close to us can sometimes be the ones that hurt the most. The climax of the story is intense. Jesus was arrested, put on trial, and sentenced to crucifixion. His death on the cross was a painful and public event, deeply significant for many reasons, including for the message of love and sacrifice he embodied. But wait, the plot thickens. Just 3 days later, he rises from the dead, a moment that shook the world. This resurrection is considered the victory over sin and death, and it gave hope to his followers. After that, he commissioned them to spread his message worldwide and promised them the arrival of the Holy Spirit. It was like the coolest cliffhanger ever. So there you have it, the powerful story of Jesus, from his miraculous birth to his impactful life and his incredible resurrection. His teachings continue to inspire millions around the globe, shaping how we all understand kindness, love, and faith. If you're interested in exploring more about his life or lessons, I encourage you to dig deeper into his message. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more conversations like this. See you next time.